What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Tennessee Football Talk. My name is Joey Peterson, and on today's show, we're going to talk about what offensive coordinator Joey Halzle had to say about quarterback Joey Aguilar. Okay, I'm going to get ahead of myself already. There's going to be a lot of Joeys going around. I'm going to try my best to keep it all making sense and not getting you guys as confused as I was when I was scripting this show. And if you're not fired up about Joey, I'm talking Joey Aguilar right now. I promise you, if you watch this video and watch it all the way through, you're going to leave this video being so much more excited about the quarterback that the Tennessee Volunteers have running the show right now. Speaking of things to be fired up about, I'm fired up, maybe not in a good way, that right now we are in third place of our Week 2 sub-battle. We're battling all the college football channels right here at Chat Sports all season long. And third place is not a great spot to be. It's not a bad spot to be. Only 21 subs behind first place, which is Ohio State. Only 14 subs behind the Michigan Football Report. Alabama Football Report, only 3 subs behind us. I need some diehard Vol fans to help me out. Hit that subscribe button, and in return, you get daily coverage 100% free of your favorite team. It also shoots us up the Chat Sports rankings and gets us on top of this Week 2 sub battle. Let's start by looking at the statistics for one Mr. Joey Aguilar. The completion percentage really is the only thing to not be incredibly impressed with, because other than that, 247 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, okay? And this is the best quarterback debut from a Josh Heupel quarterback since he's come to Tennessee. Let's give you a little bit of background on the other Joey, Joey Halzle, okay? He's a guy who's followed Coach Heupel around for a very long time. Coach Heupel actually coached him when he was a quarterback for Oklahoma back in 2006 to 2008. They were with each other at Missouri, with each other at UCF, and then obviously Joey Halzle was brought to Tennessee, and then when Alex Golesh left, Joey Halzle got the bump up from not just quarterbacks coach, but offensive coordinator as well. So obviously, when he got to the media today and spoke to the media today at his press conference, he was asked a ton about the debut of Joey Aguilar, and he went on to say, fundamentally, in the pass game, what I really liked about him is he did everything we were working on through that brief offseason that we had together, tracking his targets, getting out of his throws, especially his right. He didn't revert back to habits now that it's live fire, now that it's live bullets. And this is so refreshing to hear. So many of these things are refreshing to hear. But I think the biggest thing for me was the fact that he didn't revert back to his old habits when the bullets start flying and when the live plays start flying, right? Because it's one thing to do it in practice. It's a whole nother thing to do it on a stage bigger than you've ever played before in front of millions of people watching the game. And we all knew that his biggest flaw, his biggest habit that he could have reverted back to was his turnover problem. He had it at App State. He had it at junior college as well. It was really, really bad in 2024. And I'm not saying that his bad habit was throwing interceptions, because I don't know if you could say that's a bad habit. I would say his bad habit was trying to force throws down the field, and that's what they tried to break him of. And honestly, that's been Heupel's MMO since he came to Knoxville, is not having that be a problem for Tennessee quarterbacks. Since Heupel's arrival, this team has thrown 18 interceptions in 4 full seasons. That's absolutely phenomenal. And I also want to throw it back to when he said tracking his targets, because I guarantee you this was a big topic of discussion for Joey Halzle and for Joey Aguilar, because this was something that Nico really wasn't able to do yet last year, and we actually even talked about it yesterday. But you can see in these couple photos right here how perfectly he tracks his targets. He starts by reading the defense right when the ball gets in his hands. Then he moves his head over to the right. Then he looks at his second progression right. He doesn't even stop there. Moves his head again to the right. Looks at his third progression. Then he starts to feel the presence of the defense, right? So he steps up in the pocket, gets out of the pocket, but his eyes are still moving. His eyes are still active. He ends up finding his target, which at that point was Star Thomas, who the cornerback was facing. So Joey knows, okay, if I give him a catchable ball, there's nothing the cornerback can do about it, and he gives him the most catchable ball Star Thomas has probably ever had in his life. And of course, it resulted in 6. So Halzle loves that he's getting away from old habits, and he loves that he's able to go through his progressions even though he's only been on campus for 3 months. And even though this Tennessee offense is incredibly hard to run, there's a lot of things that make it hard. The tempo, that's going to be totally something he's had to get used to. The pre and post snap reads, those wide receiver choice routes, the wide receiver spacing, they're all the way outside the numbers. Now, I did like, and I noticed that Josh Heupel threw a couple wrinkles in there, had a couple tight sets, tight formations. I thought that was great. And then, of course, the time crunch that he had. About 3 months from when he got on campus to when his first game was, and then he came out and he played the way he did. And it's obvious that Joey Halzle has given us more evidence why he's going to be a star. If you liked what you saw from Joey Aguilar, do me one big favor. Hit that thumbs up button, like today's video. And if you didn't like what you saw from Aguilar, then I don't really know what to say. I don't know if I can help you. You might just have to skip through the rest of it. Joey Halzle did not stop there, though, okay? He kept on going, talked a little bit more about his poise and his presence in the moment, which I think impressed him more than it impressed anybody else. He said he was just the same guy. He's got that same calm heartbeat throughout. That's what I love about this guy. When he takes the field on game days, no different than when he takes the field in practice. And this offense, plain and simple, it needs somebody who doesn't get rattled in the big moments and in the big stages. Not only are you playing in front of 100,000 people, live audience, every single weekend, every single home weekend, I should say, but you're also playing to millions on TV. And for a guy who's come over and has never probably played for an audience of more than 40,000 people, maybe 30,000 people, to be calm, be collected in the moment, and to play really, really well, that just speaks to the experience that he has. And this is the reason that he won the job. We all knew that this was going to be the final reason and the nail in the coffin of why he was going to be this team's starting quarterback, because he just had more experience than anybody else. Jake Merklinger, George McIntyre, I'm sure they would have settled in, but I don't think it would have been as quickly as Joey was able to do on Saturday. Halzle went on to say, and we'll just keep pushing to keep cleaning up all our footwork in the run game, just accelerating all that. Keep bringing that to an even higher level. But really, really happy with the way he took the field on Saturday. And what's exciting to me is, like, we're not even seeing the best of it at this point. Like, if you think that Joey Aguilar is going to be at his best week 1, you're wrong. I can just tell you that right now, because it feels like it's only up from here. He's only going to get more comfortable. He's only going to have a better connection, better chemistry with the guys he's throwing the ball to. Whether it's the wide receivers, tight ends, I don't care who. All of that is going to come easier to him the longer that he's here and the more games that he plays. And I'll be real, it kind of needs to get easy quickly, because things are coming at you fast, right? You got ETSU this next weekend on Saturday. Excuse me. You got Georgia, week 3. I mean, the Bulldogs in Knoxville, week 3. Then UAB, Mississippi State, and then a bye week, and then you go into SEC play pretty much through the end of the season. Things are getting real. They're getting real fast. Okay? He doesn't have the luxury that past guys have had of having to wait till the end of the season to play Georgia. No, you're going to get one of the best teams in the country, your third game at Tennessee. And what I want to see this weekend, in my opinion, is just continuing to increase the confidence and connection that he has with those pass catchers. Not only has he not been on campus for very long, but he hasn't been named the starter for very long either. So all 3 of those guys that are all the wide receiver ones on this team, all the tight ends, all of those guys have only been catching passes from him where everybody knows he's going to be the starting quarterback for like 2.5 weeks. So that's going to get better. And I need the wide receivers to take a step up. Braylon Staley had a phenomenal game. He had the highest graded wide receiver performance, 73.1 if you look at PFF. Mike Matthews at 60.7. Plain and simple, I'm going to need that to be higher. He's this team's wide receiver 1. He's this team's best guy with the ball in space. That needs to be better for Mike Matthews. Take a guess for me. How many pass touchdowns versus ETSU for Joey Aguilar? Let me know in the comment section down below. He had 3 on Saturday. Do you think he keeps it up? Goes higher, goes lower? You let me know your answer. Before we get on out of here, I want to just get you updated on what ESPN has updated us this morning. A little bit of ESPN playoff predictor changes. Ohio State sitting at the top, 82%. Georgia in second at 80%. Texas, 70%. Ole Miss, 66%. Penn State, 58%. Oregon, 57%. USC, 56%. And then you find Tennessee right there at 50%. And look, guys, this is fun. This is great. This is something that we could look forward to. But, let's be real. This shouldn't be a focus right now. And the cool thing about this is I'm almost confident, almost positive it's not a focus. They don't care about this playoff predictor because they shouldn't care about this playoff predictor. It'll all take care of itself along the course of the season. The wins, the losses, those are going to come, and this thing is going to take care of itself. There's nothing you can do about it right now other than just win the next game that you have. Take care of who's in front of you. Don't worry about Georgia in week 3. Worry about ETSU in week 2. And definitely do not be worried about the playoff predictor after week 1 of the regular season. That's going to do it for today's show. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. You can get me on Twitter and on Instagram at JoeyPeterson8 on both platforms. If you're not subscribed, today is the perfect day to change that. Join our family right here on Tennessee Football Talk. Daily videos right here on the channel, all 100%